الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا حبيبنا مولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا. أما بعد، قال الله تبارك وتعالى: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم والذين يقولون ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. And who pray, O our sustainer, grant that our spouses and our offspring be a joy to our eyes and cause us to be foremost amongst those who are conscious of you. This is a dua that we should all know and often make. The dua is very simple. رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّاتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ وَاجْعَلْنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا. We should know this dua and make it often. So Allah, make my family, my children, comfort of my eyes, and cause me to be one of those who is foremost amongst the ones who are conscious of Allah. Rasulullah says, all of you are guardians, and all of you are responsible for things under your guardianship. The ruler is a guardian managing the affairs of the state. He is responsible for things under his care. A man is guardian over his family and is responsible for them. A woman is guardian for her husband's house. She is responsible for it. All of you are guardians and responsible for things under your control. And in another narration, and you shall be accounted for those things that are under your guardianship. Brothers and sisters, it pains me, and I'm sure it pains you, to see the state of our children today. In Britain today, according to a report published by UNICEF, it found Britain, it did a survey of 23 countries in the Western world, and it found Britain to be one of the countries at the bottom of the list when it comes to the well-being of children. A country that is not safe and not good for upbringing and well-being of our children. This is a sad indictment of the failure not only of us Muslims here, but failure of the whole society at large. A society that has failed to provide the right environment for children. A society that has failed to provide safety and security for children. A society that has failed to provide an environment in which children will be growing up emotionally balanced, intellectually balanced, in their character the best, in their achievement, high aspiration, in being the example none to compare with. That is unfortunately, and the failure in these regards has been stark, and some would call it beyond belief. We Muslims are not immune to, and we have not fortified ourselves to protect our children from the widespread malice and the problems that we see that surround this society, especially around children. Let me give you some alarming statistics that I found shocking. In Britain, measured against relative poverty, child safety, educational attainment, relationship with parents, and drug misuse, Britain was the lowest after America. More than 20 children and teenagers are being treated in hospital every day for alcohol-related illness. More than 20 teenagers, young children, are being treated in hospital for illnesses that has been caused due to alcohol consumption, including mental disorder, poisoning of their liver, and many other related diseases. Young children, their innocence and childhood are being robbed because they're exposed to and they see often the amount of alcohol consumed by their families, their friends, their relatives, and their society at large. And believe it or not, Muslims, I know they're not supposed to drink alcohol. But your children, are you sure they're not experimenting with alcohol already in the playground where they hang out, with their friends when they roam around? Are you sure? A serious breakdown of the relationship between children and adults, including parents, is to be blamed for this unfortunate development. Many teenagers in Britain today spend almost all their free time hanging out with their friends, not their families and parents or responsible adults, but hang out with their friends or sit in front of television, watching rubbish or playing games on computers. Most of teenagers spend most of their free time doing that. Many teenagers, only 2/3 of British teenagers eat any meal sitting around a table with their parents. That means there are nearly 35% who don't, and if they do, they are very much busy eating junk food. According to recent statistics, large number of fast food outlets that are opening up in areas of inner city London, selling chicken and chips. Very dangerous for our health. And most of our children who live around those inner cities, straight after school, run to those chicken and chip shops, £1 for a portion of chicken and chips. Consuming junk, you are what you eat. And if this is what our children are doing, are you aware of this? 44% of 15-year-olds are involved or have been involved in physical fight in last year alone. 59% of boys in Scotland, 45% of boys in England spend 4 or more evenings with their friends and not with their families. British teenagers are now ranked as the 3rd worst when it comes to binge drinking compared to the rest of Europe. You and I have a responsibility to save and safeguard the generations that will lead and provide the continuity of humanity tomorrow and days to come. We can't turn our eyes and think it's going to be okay. It's not going to be okay. A generation of children are being brought up in this country abused, deprived of love and the very essence that make life and childhood memorable. A generation of children are being brought up by single parents in this country where they don't have mother and the father present in their families. A generation of young people are being brought up in inner city estates, loitering out into the streets at the odd hours of the evening and early hours of the morning. Most of them don't even sleep the night, they sleep through the day because they have nothing else to do except loiter and waste their time with their friends and their colleagues. And they happen to also be Muslim kids. Brothers and sisters, children need few things in life. They need happiness to grow. They need love to nurture their inner strength. They need acceptance. They need strength of arms around protection. They need stability and they need boundaries and discipline when we bring them up.